Well, I guess I want to start with a personal question, but how did you start in this journey of being a doctor that's not mainstream? You know, the things you promote are not mainstream.
Well, they weren't when we started, Carolina. And I remember Martha, when we first got married, her friends in nursing would say, "Oh, you're so lucky to marry a pediatrician. He knows all about babies." And Martha said, "No, he knows only about sick babies."
Ah.
So then we started having children, one after another and one after another. And then we realized that the books at that time, they didn't connect mothers and babies. They separated them.
Yes.
So after 5 babies, and in fact Martha at one time said, never read a book written by anyone who hasn't had 5 babies. Because you learn on the job. When I first started practice, I realized I had to go back to school. And who would be my teachers? Moms in my practice, whose kids I liked. So I'd pick out the kids who were well-disciplined, healthy, well-nourished, mentally and physically, who ate good foods, who were polite, looked you in the eye, made eye contact. And I said, "Oh, what did you do in the first year?" And I'd write it down. And that's how we came up with attachment parenting.
Wow.
You know, it was kind of on-the-job training that moms who did this in the first few years, their children turned out the way they wanted. Well-disciplined, successful, empathetic. I've never yet seen a school bully who was attachment parented.
That is
because
amazing.
they care.
Yes. Yeah, I found, you know, when I became a mom, I started doing all these things, and then I found that, oh, it's called attachment parenting. It was great that it had a name. But I guess my other question is, there's a lot of moms that they find out about attachment parenting because that's the way they start parenting their babies.
Yeah.
They look for information online and figure out, okay, that's what I do, attachment parenting. But I feel that although it is common nowadays, it is still not mainstream, and there's moms that sometimes don't have the support. So what advice would you give to those moms that really want to be, you know, they want to practice attachment parenting with their kids, but they don't have any support?
First of all, you have them get the baby book.
Yes.
That was our original, the moms call it the baby Bible. But think about it. What attachment parenting is. Imagine you and your husband are having your first baby, and you're on an island somewhere, and no one's around, no psychologists, no pediatricians, no mother-in-laws, no one to tell you what to do. Like, let your baby cry and don't pick them up all the time, you'll spoil them, all that nonsense. Attachment parenting is what you would instinctively do.
That is so true.
You know? And like you mentioned before, when we were talking in the kitchen, Carolina, about the advice you had, let my baby cry. That is absolutely the worst advice.
I couldn't agree more.
You've heard that. All right. How does that feel to you when somebody said that to you?
Against what my instincts were telling me.
It was against your instinct. And see, what I tell moms, that whenever you hear advice, first run it through your instinct. And the greatest compliment we've had about our books is one simple line: "Thank you, it validates my mother's instinct."
That's exactly how I felt when I discovered all your stuff too. It felt like it was very important to feel that validation when people around you are not parenting the same way.
Sure. And we wanted to empower moms. We said, all right, we're going to empower you with the tools in those first 2 years. So you grow that center in your brain, that mommy brain they talk, you know, that center in your brain like a radar. So when your baby cries, you will instinctively know, oh, I don't have to rush in. You know, I can let them settle a bit. Or no, that's a I need me cry. But a mother and a baby,
Yes.
that's a connection brain to brain.
That is so true.